I look absolutely mad. This is what I do when I straighten my hair, which is it's quite rare anymore. I do it like maybe once a month. And yeah, I really love my curls, but it's honestly nice to just kind of be like a side main character sometimes. You just want to like you just want to switch it up. So, I adore my curly hair, but this morning I've just been kind of I'm going to put you down. Hopefully this works okay. So this is for my twin flames that are in union. And I've been thinking a lot about the concept and idea of karma. And some people say the twin flames have no karma. Essentially, after they meet, and because you are a shared soul, and so on some level you have the same karma. And I suppose I can only speak from my own journey, but so if you're not in union, this also serves as like a pro tip to kind of speed things up. Was something that I did was I realized that I had to clear my karma, my individual karma that existed. And what that looked like was a big purging of things that didn't resonate. And essentially everything that I would do became for this greater good. And I mean that in a way where you have this sort of like driving force that you can feel. And like some of the things that I did to clear my karma that I could feel were just weighing down was, I remember, I don't know if I made an actual list or just kind of had like this mental list, but I remember just feeling, you get to this level, you can feel all of the negative things that you had done to people before you were conscious, before you were awake. And so I reached out to these people, and I want to say most of them didn't reply, which is entirely fine. Because on some level, it was for me. It was for both of us, but it was for me and for them to get that healing. And so, like, it wasn't like I did anything ever intentionally harmful, but no one ever wants to be intentionally harmful. Sometimes, as humans, we just go through life and people get hurt, and it's never been an intention. So that was something, was I had this big list of forgiveness, and I messaged a lot of people from 10 years ago, and they're probably like, okay. But some of them were very thankful, actually, that I had reached out, and so that was like a beautiful healing. But so that was clearing that part of karma. And another part of the karma that I was clearing prior to meeting my twin flame was forgiving myself of, I don't want to say sins, because, I mean, I was raised Catholic, and it sounds very, the word sins, it sounds very condemning. But I essentially repented. I don't really know another word. I just I acknowledged all of the horrible things that I had done, despite my not having known any better at the time. I asked God for forgiveness, And so in a way, I guess that is sort of repenting. And I would continually dedicate my life to God and to serving the light path and to serving things of good nature, so that now that I was awakened, that I couldn't harm any people intentionally. And it's kind of like, in the Bible, forgive them for they know not what they do. And that is to say, forgive the people that are not yet awakened to the truth of the consequence of their actions, because we are all one collective conscious. We may be in these individual bodies, but everything that we do to ourselves is done to another. And so yeah, there has to be a deep forgiveness, and that cleared out a lot of my karma as well. And then another thing was to forgive anyone in my twin flames life that I knew of immediately, and to just forgive, and to not only forgive them, but to bless them on their own journey, because they're human too, and also a part of this sacred collective consciousness. They are, they're me in another body, in a way. Twin flames connect as this one soul. So it's kind of like we're all pieces of this like huge crazy puzzle. And I don't know if that's making any sense. I hope that that's making sense, but if not, it's okay. It's quite silly to try and explain such a vast, infinitely large and seemingly ungraspable concept in a very small human language. And that is why we have things like the love of the heart, which doesn't use words, it uses feeling. But so once you clear your individual karma, then you will come into union with your twin flame. Because to clear your karma means that you are in this pure state. Oh, another thing, I was told by God that I was not to speak bad of anyone, I was not to steal or ever lie. I was giving these very specific set of instructions. I had never read this in any book, and I wasn't following any sort of, doctrines of any religion, but that is what I was told. Just a straight download into my being that this is just what I was meant to follow. So what I'm noticing is after you do this, and then you are in union with your twin flame, they can only come into union with you if they have cleared enough karma. But then what happens after you are in this union is you will notice things start to pop up that feels like this, it is like a shared karma, where it is like we both have the lessons, and a lot of the lessons have been the same for me on my journey, where it's kind of like things that I worked through in like my self-confidence or self-worth or things like that. I'm feeling these karmic things pop up as well. And it's kind of like, so you have your karma before you meet your twin flame, and then you meet and you have the old karmas that you thought you were done with, but it's with them, so it's on a deeper level. If that makes sense. I feel like I'll do a part 2 if you guys find this interesting. I think it's very interesting. And yeah. So you heal your individual karma, and then you have a shared one, and then when you heal that, then you're golden.